The house that vanished. You've heard of missing people, but what about a missing house? This happened in 2003. A couple named Mark and Laura bought their first home together. It was in a tiny village called Dervan's Hollow, about 2 hours outside London. You can't even find it on most maps. The house was a 19th century cottage, red brick, ivy crawling up the sides, kind of place you'd expect to see in a storybook. Or maybe a nightmare, but they loved it. Cheap, too. The estate agent said, "The last owners left in a hurry. You're getting a bargain." They didn't ask why. They should have. The first sign. The first night Laura woke up around 3:33 a.m. She heard footsteps downstairs. At first, she thought it was Mark, but he was still next to her, dead asleep. When she crept to the top of the stairs, she saw something. A man, standing in the kitchen, perfectly still, facing away from her. He was wearing something weird, like old-fashioned clothes. But here's the thing. When she flicked on the light, there was nothing there. No man, no footprints, nothing. She told Mark in the morning. He said it was probably just a dream. She knew it wasn't. The days after, every night it got worse. The footsteps turned into knocking, soft at first, like knuckles on wood. Then louder, knocking from the inside of the walls, then scratching. Laura swore she heard whispers behind the fireplace. They sounded like children, and then they found it. The basement door. They hadn't noticed it before. It was hidden behind a bookcase. Mark found it by accident when he was putting up shelves. No key. Padlocked shut. When they finally forced it open, it wasn't a basement. It was a staircase, going down, much deeper than the house should have gone. They went down 20 steps, then 40, then 60, and the temperature dropped with every step. When they reached the bottom, they found a single door. On the door was carved a date, August 15th, 1974. Neither of them said anything, but later Laura looked it up. There was a family who lived there in 1974. They vanished on August 15th. No trace. Police found the dinner table still set. Candles burned down, all 4 chairs pulled back from the table. The final night. They planned to leave. Next morning, they were gone. Mark packed the car. Laura stayed inside, getting the last few things. At 9 p.m., she called him from the window. No answer. She walked outside. No car. No Mark. She checked the driveway. No tire marks. She checked her phone. No calls. It was like he had never been there at all, except his jacket was still hanging on the coat rack. She called the police. They came to the address. There was no house, just an empty field. The strange part. According to official records, the house was there for over 150 years. But after August 15th, 2003, the day Laura made that call, there's nothing. Satellite photos show an empty patch of land. No foundation, no ruins, no driveway. Just grass. And Laura? She's still alive. But when they found her, she was standing in the middle of the field, holding Mark's jacket, and whispering over and over again. The house was here. I was here. We were here. No one ever found Mark. And that village, Dervan's Hollow, it's not on any map. But if you drive out past Surrey at night, some people swear they've seen lights in a field, like windows. And if you get close enough, you might hear knocking from inside the ground. They say it's just a story, but I checked the coordinates, and I found a field, and there's something under the grass. I knocked once, and something knocked back.